what are the business cases for implementing AI/ML for banks?
Yeah, we have two implementation in our bank, in Crédit Agricole. We have voicebot and chatbot. Both of it we implement starting from the proof of concept and then try to developing it during the COVID. And because we find some alternative ways to service our clients. And first of all, we built the identity of our bot. Yeah, we have in our bank, face of our bank is Kasia, which is a representative of the branch advisor. This is this human touch. And we built her younger sister called Asia, which is a geek, digital geek. She likes innovations and she is still learning about something new. So we have two faces of our bank. So this human and this digital. And in terms of telebot, it was for us the most important thing was that the process should be intuitive. Meaning we knew that there won't be possibility to have 100% of the calls handled by the telebot, but we focus how we can create the process that be so intuitive and transparent that whether clients start in telebot and finishing by advisor, it is all the same. So it is understandable by the clients, and it is effortless for the client, because our clients state that they are willing to use bots if the process is okay for them, meaning it is easy and simple. So we focus on that. And of course, there was a challenge in the Polish language, yes, because the Polish language is quite complex. And for us was important to have to be that our clients understand the bot and bot is understand them. And based on that, we choose the most important processes, the must processes that we had in contact center, place telebot on the top of that, and try to handle with that operation. And now we can say that we have 65% of the interactions handle end-to-end by the telebot. So from the start to process to finishing the handle the operation is done with the telebot, and 35% it is realized by our advisors. And this is proper behavior of the telebot, because first of all, we don't have the 100% of the scope of offer of the bank available in the telebot. And sometimes, of course, the intention is not understood by the bot, or sometimes clients just wants to have this face-to-face contact. So this was the telebot. And the second, with the chatbot, we also because the chatbot is nothing new, yeah, but we implement the chatbot based on the Google Dialogflow technology. So it means that it is really natural language, and even if you make a mistake, the clients make a mistake, or use some different words, or use some new words, and we know that the new words appears in Google, yeah, right now. So it is possible that bot understand it and just answer, and And bot is also able to talk with the customers without predefined scenarios. So this is a huge support and less effort to maintain and to develop it. And of course, it is available 24 hours and is always on the standby mode, meaning it is available for our clients all the time. It is not the same like in contact center or in the branch when you need to make an appointment for a visit. So it is really convenient for the clients. So for us, the most important was to bring the functionalities for the clients, availability and responsiveness and quick reaction for the questions.
For me, one of the most interesting cases which ML can provide for the banks is customer behavior prediction. From technical point of view, in this task, we are trying to use the history of the client and its current state, and this will be our input data to predict if given action chosen by the bank, the client who wants to analyze it, will be executed by a client in the next month. The most popular cases here is a churn prediction. So we can analyze all the clients and identify maybe not precisely everyone who would like to churn, but we can estimate the probability that given a client may be thinking about closing its account, and this is the good point to send our customer service specialist to offer him something better in order to keep that client. But this is not limited to the churn. We can also predict loans. I mean, we can identify clients who will probably want to take a loan in the next month or next 2 months, and this client will take this loan in our bank or in its competition. So he should get a directed individual offer. Maybe we can even be able to estimate more or less how big loan he would need if we have data well enough. Another scenarios here is maybe migration between segments. We may see that probably this client in the next month may be migrated to our higher segment of clients, or we can predict delays in credit payments. Here we are unlimited to what we are wanted to predict. And what this brings for us is a much better productivity for customer service specialists, what Agnieszka is said for the first question. So here ML is not the tool to replace the human workers. It is a tool to increase their productivity and the tool that allows them to focus on what is really important. And also, this scenario allows for individualization of offers. It's not even like a big or small segment. We can individualize offers per client. So I believe that this scenario has really good potential for application in the banks. The second scenario I want to talk about today is customer segmentation. And I know that this is done. Customer segmentation is executed in banks from tens of years, but machine learning and deep learning especially brings new possibilities on the table. Let me explain it a bit more. In the traditional approach, human data analytics make some assumptions and create customer segments that he will later analyze in details with the numbers. For example, this segment may looks like okay, this would be a segment containing males 20 to 39 years old that have income of in given threshold and living in the large cities. And this is hard borders of that segment. We don't know whether these borders really exist. A more modern approach is when we use classical machine learning, classical data science tools. And here, the borders of the segments are not defined by analytics. They can be calculated, but somehow analytic knowledge have to be introduced to that model, for example, by defining some kind of metrics which tell us how similar two clients are to each other. And finally, we have a deep learning approach, which I believe may be a game changer here. This approach allows us to eradicate all the knowledge, all the beliefs of human and data analytics when creating client segments, and human analytic enters just to analyze the segments to understand what is happening. That can allow us to understand and discover new things in the data, which would be hard to imagine or hard to find using these previous methods. We can, for example, find that dividing clients by their place of living in given areas and given age is completely useless, and probably people from suburbs should be added to different groups, etc., etc. And I believe that this new insight into the client may be very valuable for the banks.
When it comes to business cases, I would like to go back to this customer expectations and this financial well-being, which is very popular now. So there are several business scenarios concerning how we can improve customers' life, customers' operation within internet or mobile banking. And one of those scenarios is automation of recurrent payment. So, for example, by ML algorithm, ML models, we can detect periodical payments for 1 month periods, 10 days periods. It depends on the customer. It's a role of ML model to detect the length of this period. And of course, what we can do with such information, we can remind to the customer about such payments a few days before the payments. Of course, after checking if in this period this payment wasn't already made by the customer. We can offer, for example, standing order, or even prepare a bank transfer, which should be only signed by the customers. And it's very important, especially for these mobile customers, because it's much easier just to sign or, for example, fill the amount of the transaction on the mobile phones than fill the whole transfer form. Another another scenario is subscription detection. We all use different services which are connected to our cards, and the payments are pre-authorized. And usually the customers forgot about some let's say, platforms, service providers, which are not using, but they are still paying for those services. So presenting for customers all subscriptions which are connected with the credit card, for example, with the date of the next transaction, it's very good for the customers to control the subscription. And the third scenarios in this financial well-being is budget management. And I'm not wondering only on typical personal finance management solutions, which only shows the spendings of the customers, historical spendings, but also prediction how the spendings will look like in the future. And then it's possible, for example, to alert the customer if there is a risk of losing liquidity by the customer. but also to offer a product, for example, investment product, if we see that the dynamic of customer spendings is lower than usual, or for example, there is more incoming payments to customer account. Another area in which we can apply machine learning is sales and increasing sales of the banks. So all models connected with product recommendations, which are tailoring the banking experience, the products for particular needs of the customers. And those tailored offers can be communicated, for example, to the customers directly via presentation of appropriate content within internet or mobile banking. Can be used, for example, and presented in CRM systems as hints for branch advisor, but also for contact center campaigns, because then the contact center knows on which customers they should focus, because the probability of sales of particular product is the highest.